Hey guys, what's up? It's PGC Podcast here, and of course, it's me, Caleb. We also have the co-host, Sean. You
Hey
say
guys,
hi,
how you
Sean?
doing?
Oh, there we go. And as always, we have a special guest, and today is a recurring guest. It is Ryan. Ryan,
Hey.
you have something interesting that you brought to us, and I found it to be quite the what's a good word for it? Cringe.
Yeah.
Um, we're gonna get into that in a second, but before we do, we got to talk about our topics today. So, our topics today are Blizzard and Activision did a oopsie, big oopsie, a lot of SA claims, a lot of dark stuff. So, we also are going to be talking about Battlefield 2042, which is going to be a lot more lighter of a topic. New maps, new information regarding the release, and a special mode that we're going to have to talk about. And then we always, of course, have to rate and tier our favorite games and the greatest games of all time. This is part 3 of that now, and it's getting pretty spicy. So, lastly, again, we have this special topic at the end that we will not talk about until we get to the topic. So let's go all the way back. And Sean, go ahead and throw up that video that Ryan brought in.
Okay, so as some of you may know or may not know, me and Phoenix, Sean, went to the same high school together, and we were pretty good friends. And this could be a funny story. I'll start with a funny story of how we met, and then this will lead up to our senior year when this video was filmed. So our freshman year, we all had our emo phases, and I had mine. I had the swoopy hair and the Monster Energy and all that good stuff. And I think this is like week 2 or week 3 of my freshman year. So I'm sitting at a table with a couple people that I've met in class that are also like fellow emo people. And I see from across the way a kid sitting by himself. And he has really cool hair, like same as mine, you know, long and everything like that. So I get up to go get my food, and I walk past him, and I'm like, hey, I like your hair. And he's like, hey, I like your hair. So I was like, well, if you want to come sit with us, you can. And he's like, okay, for sure. So that sparked this friendship. So we have this, like, I don't know if every school does it, but there's this, like, video at the end of the year where seniors say their goodbyes, like the class presidents and the teachers and all this stuff. So Sean was actually pretty heavy into telemedia class, which was like this class that you take, and it teaches you about like radios and streaming and all this stuff. So he was in charge of that. And so midway through the video, they're like, hey, we want a video of Sean saying his goodbye. And of course, I was right beside him as his best friend. And it was a senior year Ryan and a senior year Sean, and I see the video is being pulled up right now. Yep. So we'll talk about this. Okay, so as you can see on screen, Sean is talking in the camera right there, looking super snappy, and I'm sitting there really awkward with my hands in my pockets, looking very awkward. But we're just talking about, you know, like, oh, we'd like to say goodbye to.
Who's the guy in the background, dude? He's legit. That's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's actually a rapper now called,
okay.
I think it's J Jump. And
wow.
You check out his song on Spotify. Link will be in the description.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just saying goodbye.
Yeah, now we're starting to just show other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it was a funny time, and I just thought that was a pretty funny moment that I didn't really realize was there. And then I think like a couple years back, I got a recommended video, and it was that, and I was like, oh my god! And I sent it to Sean, and it was just a flashback. So that's my story.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad that you talked about that. So Sean, one passing note on this. Why the army jacket?
It was my dad's, and I guess I was wearing it because it was, at the time, I was like, this will be edgy, this will be cool, and so I would wear it. Yeah, that's really the only backstory to it is I feel like I'd look kind of edgy in this, so I wore it.
It's certainly different, so that's something you got going. Okay, moving into the first topic, of course. we have Battlefield 2042. So, new news surrounding Battlefield 2042. There's going to be a whole new mode, and it's going to include previous maps like Bad Company 2, Caspian Border. I know that's one of Phoenix's favorite maps. So reading from the article here.
No Shark Canals.
What did you say?
No Shark Canals is a great one as well.
Yeah, we can list all the maps too if you want to. Last month, EA pulled back the curtain on the climate change shooter Battlefield 2042 and detailed 2 of its 4 modes. So again, it goes into talking now. The modes are more like, are they like sandbox modes? Can you kind of describe it, Phoenix, for us?
Yeah, so the Portal system is essentially, think of like custom games with the ability to, I guess, choose what you want on the battlefield. You could almost think of, I don't even want to compare it to Halo Forge mode because it's going to be so much different, but it just it expands on your choices for creating a game. So let's say you want to force everyone to use a specific weapon or a specific gadget. You can absolutely do that. The trailer displays a whole team of like, I think it's World War I, World War II units fighting modern medics, and modern medics all have defibrillators, and they just run at each other, and there's a whole cutscene of them, shocking each other and stabbing each other. It's really goofy, but they also have AI implementation that they're doing, so you could actually, have a modern squad of like you and maybe 4 other buddies, and you're going in a squad and you're going up against maybe 60 some AI, and there's no respawn, so you just have to try to take out all the old armies or whatever, right? So it's up to you. They're trying to really play Battlefield the way that you want to enjoy Battlefield, which I think that is a great direction for them to go. I'm excited to see what Portal is going to be bringing to the table. They also have some called like a logic system, which the logic system is more of like a development tool that allows you to, if you guys have ever like seen in Unreal Engine 5, like with the nodes and stuff like that, you're really able to just input like what you want. It's so hard to explain. You can basically force everyone to use certain things, or make it to where a building collapses at a certain point in time, things like that.
That's really cool. Ryan, have you seen this, or what do you think about this?
This is all new to me, so yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're bringing back like the Black Hawk. They're bringing back like propeller planes from like World War II, like the F-35 fighter jet, stuff like that. So in this custom game mode, you'd be able to just create your own game any way you want it, literally any way. I'm wondering if with that tornado, I think it's just to that one map, right? But I wonder if there'll be some mechanic where you can change the direction of it.
That's the thing. I think you can add the tornado in any map. Because
that would be cool.
We saw some footage before right here. Let me show that on the screen. This tornado is on a Battlefield 5 map, I believe. So, yeah, that's literally on a Battlefield 5. I can't exactly remember it's got to be a Battlefield 5 map.
Which Halo had the custom games where you could create your own map? So it's going to be similar
Forge
to that.
World, yeah. It's like Forge World, except all online, and it looks really, really cool.
That's awesome.
I know the Milsim stuff. This is definitely going to help out on that.
Oh yeah.
So again, this is probably one of the most, out of everything they announced, this one trailer I feel like is the top for me. I don't know about you,
it's
Sean.
The most exciting.
Sonny, this is definitely.
We've hosted a lot of Battlefield events in the past where we'll try to like recreate a famous battle or something like that. And with this, we'll be able to do it so easily, and it'll probably be really nice. So, and Battlefield's crossplay, so we don't have to, worry about only playing with a certain group of gamers. We can actually expand out and have people from all different types of platforms.
Right. Yeah, I think you said it straight. So, final thoughts, do you think, on this new update? Also, talking, they are going to have a new map. So, Phoenix, what were some of the maps you were thinking? Not thinking, but what were some of the maps they're gonna add?
Well, I know that it's like 7 or 8 of the big epic scale new maps that they're doing, right? And then out of the old maps, I can only remember like 4 or 5 off the top of my head, but there may have been a couple more.
Mhm.
No Shark Canals, I'm extremely excited for them to bring back. That was one of my favorite maps of Battlefield 3. Um, I was a little nervous. I didn't see Damavand Peak, which I feel like we've all been waiting for. So my question to the DICE and EA would be, where is it?
Right.
Is it coming later? Are you guys saving it? But I think everyone's kind of looking forward to doing that dive off the big peak.
What about you, Ryan? What do you think about this? I know you're kind of just now. This is breaking news, basically.
It's just sinking in. Yeah, it gets me excited. I know because I usually play about like 4 to 5 hours a day gaming. So, and it's just kind of getting repetitive for me. So to hear news, especially from Battlefield, which is the game we're all going to be playing, it's exciting because I'm getting tired of a lot of games. And so for them to like step out and say, hey, we're going to be doing this stuff, and to be like creative about it, I think it's going to like keep us attached to wanting to keep playing it. And I know that there's going to be people that like find new stuff like, hey, if you do this on like the Forge mode or whatever, this will happen. And I think it's just constantly get better and better.
It'd be cool if there's like community uploads too, where like other people can upload their maps, and awesome. they kind of show that in the trailer. They show like named events. Like one of them was like a bunch of EOD bots versus one tank. They had like 12 some EOD bots trying to take out one singular tank, and that's the entire game mode. Like when you log into that game or the map, that's how you're going to play that map because of the new logic system.
That's really cool. My final thoughts is I'm wondering this is going to be a paid server system?
No, it's going to be free.
Really?
Said.
Really?
And they're going to have password protection.
Wow, dude, that's actually super cool. That brings because that was one of my concerns is like how are they going to market this? But I mean, how are they going to sell it? So that kind of sells itself. So moving into the next topic, we're going to be talking about Blizzard and Activision. They did a big oopsie, a really big oopsie. This is a lot of this is unequal pay, sexual harassment, all having to do with Activision Blizzard. So very heavy stuff, but again, it is in the gaming world, and I feel like if we didn't cover this, and then be kind of it wouldn't be due diligence. So the video game studio behind the hit franchise is Call of Duty. Again, Call of Duty World of Warcraft. Candy Crush is facing a lawsuit in California over allegations of gender discrimination, sexual harassment, and potential violations of the state's equal pay law. So they're getting hit with like 3 big major allegations here. So again, this it says right here, a complaint filed by this Department of Fair Employment and Housing. So this isn't just like an allegation made by a person. This is made by an entity, a government entity. So it's definitely something to look into. My question go ahead.
Just to give you an idea of some of the like stuff they were saying, one woman said her manager told her she wouldn't be promoted because she might get pregnant and like being a mom too much. So some of that like that's weird. That's like some stuff that some college kid would say, you know, like a really ignorant college kid.
Yeah, I don't know if the the link between that and a college kid.
I meant like a frat.
Yeah.
Like frat mentality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. All the quotes and everything from the people are definitely suspect, and they definitely need to sort this out. They need to have the claims. They need to be penalized for this. If they're guilty of this, then obviously then they need to pay the price. So I'm just glad it's coming out now. So moving from this, what do you guys think this means for Activision Blizzard? What do you think their next steps are now?
I don't know. Sounds weird to say, but like Activision and Blizzard are such huge companies. I feel like they just put out like a press release and move on,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that just kind of how it works when you get that rich?
Is it going to be like a I don't mean to name drop, but like a James Charles, Logan Paul type of deal where they make like an apology video and then like everybody's supposed to forget about it? Or
Yeah.
I don't
don't
think
know
so.
how-
I think it's more of like a behind the scenes. Okay, we fired those people. We have new staff, new. You know, they'll take They'll take steps within their own system to, have like diversity programs and a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
now. So, I mean, it'll probably be a very good thing for Activision and Blizzard to have eyes on them at this point. But as far as like game creation, I don't think it'll affect it very much.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I was thinking though is like exactly what you're saying is them kind of not necessarily putting it under the rug, but putting it inside their massive corporation. Like, yes, of course things are getting done. We're doing programs, this, and this. In reality, though, this shouldn't have happened in the first place, and they should have already had those things to begin with. You know, like, why did anybody get hired to where they're going to be saying these kind of terrible things? You know, so. It's really tough. I know with the Weinstein Company, whenever Harvey Weinstein got accused of all these terrible allegations and all this stuff came out, the Weinstein Company completely like separated themselves from him. They again, exactly what you said. They started taking these initiatives, and now though having the same name, the Weinstein Company, again, they're further distance from him. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to fire the wrong people. Not wrong. They're going to fire the bad people, I should say, and kind of put it behind them. So
right.
This was for Activision and Blizzard.
They're
Same allegation.
Yeah, they're the same company. So
Okay.
I guess Activision owns Blizzard, or it's a partnership, whatever. So what do you guys finally think about this? Do you guys think that it's fair? Do you guys what do you guys think is going to happen?
You wanna
Yeah,
go
I mean,
first?
yeah, I think just simply put, it will be handled by their HR department and the legal system, and I think that's as far as the majority of gamers are going to see it go.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, what I feel like this isn't like a normal news for us to hear like every day. But I bet that stuff like this happens all the time in the gaming industry.
Yes.
And I bet that Activision and Blizzard being, caught in the act, they're not the only company that's, this is happening with, I'm sure. So hopefully it serves as a warning message to anyone out in the industry that might be, doing malpractice and things like this.
Yeah, I completely agree. And like you're saying, as much as we can say from having the article, and most of this stuff kind of takes years to progress. So just seeing it right now, I think all we could do is wait and just see their next move. It's kind of in Activision's court, and our system. Hopefully, our system prevails, and the bad people will get out of there, and they can kind of restructure or however it works.
I'm sure they're already fired, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, the moment that this stuff happens, these companies you're fired.
Get them
Goodbye.
out quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, a heavy topic, but I feel like this just came out too, so it kind of feel wrong putting out Battlefield 2042 footage and all this other stuff and not talk about something a little bit more heavier, because it is again big gaming news. So
now,
go ahead. What's up?
Well, at the EA conference, what I was going to move into was they had the new Dead Space trailer come out, which it doesn't show too much. It's just like a little cinematic shot of your standard like Dead Space elevator, right? And it kind of shows it's very dark. Shows like a scary creature.
Let me show that on screen real quick.
Yeah, you're not really sure, what's going on. And it starts playing some like lullaby in the background. I think it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Just imagine Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, because I don't want to risk the copyright strike.
And then at the very end, it shows the Dead Space main character putting on his suit, and then that bar on the back filling up, like what would be your health in the game, you see that bar fill all the way up, and on the wall it says something like rip out their guts or tear off their limbs, something like that. But
it was a quote from if you play Dead Space, when you're walking through the prologue, there is the captain of the ship that Isaac meets, and he basically ends up killing himself, but he's like, they're gonna rip off your limbs, talking about the alien creatures. I forget their name, but
I know it's been so many years since I played it.
I liked it a lot. I just watched it probably an hour or two, and I messaged Sean, and I was like, "Holy crap! Did you see this?" So
it's very exciting. It's one of those games, you turn off all the lights and you just pray for the best.
And it's terrifying too. It is like even today, like playing it, it's scary.
For sure. There were a lot of pop-ups, but the pop-ups would kill you if you weren't fast enough. So.
Sean, are you in Dead Space right now?
Right now?
Yeah, it's really dark.
I'm floating around. The sun's setting here, so it's slowly getting darker and darker and darker.
We filmed this a little bit later, so we'll just act like we did it on purpose, and we wanted to add some mood lighting to show Dead Space. So
mood lighting.
So I actually haven't played any Dead Space games. I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to that kind of stuff. So,
really, you haven't played Dead Space?
Never played any Dead Space.
You know what? You know what it's on? Xbox Game Pass.
Whoa!
Yeah, you should check them out, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think you'd really like them.
I don't know.
Even to this day, they're beautiful. And I still don't know if it's a remake or a remaster that they're doing.
I think it's just like I guarantee you. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Is it going to be a remake? Is it going to be a remaster? Let me read it. The first Dead Space has been completely rebuilt from the ground up for next-gen consoles and PC. So it is a remake.
Yeah.
That's did I cut out on there when I was talking?
Yeah, like your entire mic and everything's cut out right now. Okay. So I suggest cut off their limbs, if I can say one thing.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Is it going to be a step for step from the original, or is it going to be like a kind of like new glimpses of stuff? It's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I guess at this point they just put out a reveal trailer. We can only hope for the best, right?
I'd assume that since it's a remake, that it's just going to be in the same universe.
Yeah, it could. Again, there's remakes do a lot of stuff. We've seen remakes to where they're exactly this laid out to the original, and then we've seen things that kind of differ. That kind of do kind of a twist on their original thing. So, I guess we can only see.
And it doesn't say remastered either, because that's a stupid question, but remakes and remastered, aren't they a little bit different?
Yeah, so a remake is just like the same universe, same characters, same kind of story plot, but a little different. Okay. So kind of like how they remade the Modern Warfare and Cold War. Completely different story, but a little bit similar, right? So
could be really cool.
Yeah, it could be really cool. I guess we'll just have to wait and see until it comes out. It'll be cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, I completely agree. Speaking of something super cool, something super epic, we got to talk about our tier list. And we are rating the greatest games of all time. That's right. We
continuation.
It is a continuation. This is part 3 or 4, if you count the other podcasts before. Part 3 we would stick with of our rating the greatest games of all time. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, we kind of alluded last time that we're going to be rating Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Have you guys played or had any play style with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2?
Yep.
Really? Yes.
That's epic, man. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, and Sean, what do you think it should be at?
My favorite ones were like Underground, right? Or I'm trying to remember what the other one was, where like they're in the suburban area. Oh man, what was it? Wasteland. Tony Hawk Wasteland. That was like my all-time favorite one. And I'm sure people would hate on me for that. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was really good. I'm gonna have to personally put it like I'm also comparing it to other Tony Hawk games at this point, but I probably just put it at a good. I didn't. If we were talking about a different Tony Hawk, I might put it way higher. But
Yeah.
See, that's very controversial. See, Tony Hawk Pro
Yeah.
Skater 2, I know that's everybody's like top tier favorite.
Yeah,
a lot of
top
people
tier.
love it.
It's gonna be very controversial. What about you, Ryan?
I think it's in the top 3. My all-time favorite was actually the PSP version of it was like a Tony Hawk.
Okay.
And it had like Bam Margera, Steve-O in it, and it was super cool. But Pro Skater 2 was awesome. I think it paved the way for a lot of stuff, especially like skate and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So you said good. I think I don't know, it's top 3 for me.
So
And
do you think
all of the Tony Hawks?
Yeah, so do you think good, very good, great, or amazing? And we'll put it, so if you're at this and Sean's at this, we'll kind of put it in the middle. So what do you think, Ryan?
We'll say good for right now. We'll agree because I'm sure we're gonna disagree a little bit later on some other games.
Okay. I haven't played Pro Skater 2, so I'm kind of a loser, I guess. So something I have played, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So
who wants to start? Because I'm gonna have some arguments.
I'll start.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start. So, Red Dead Redemption 2, I played it. I bought it. Like, I literally pre-ordered this game. I was all set for it. I watched the last one, the Red Dead Redemption, and I was all stoked for this one. So, starting out, the single player is probably one of the best single players that you can ever play. Just story-wise, it's so solid. And every character gets its time, and it's like very, I wouldn't say slow, but it's very methodical in how it puts in these characters, how all the characters are interacting with each other. So, man, the multiplayer is the only thing that I would really tick it down for. I know in the beginning there was a lot of bugs, and I understand that it's a massive, open world game, but there were a lot of bugs and not a lot of stuff to do in the beginning. So I would definitely, personally, I would put Red Dead Redemption 2 at great. What about you, Sean?
Can I ask you a quick question before we move on?
Sure.
Where would you put Red Dead Redemption 1 if it was on this list?
I would put Red Dead Redemption 1 at amazing.
At amazing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. Here's my statements for Red Dead Redemption 2. Great, I feel like is a great spot for it, but reason being is because it was the reason that I think I upgraded my console for that or something. Like I wanted to be able to see it in 4K, so that's when I had upgraded my Xbox to the Xbox X, not the Series X. And then I was able to see it in 4K, and it was the most beautiful game I had played in a really long time, graphics wise. I felt like the story was strong. I really enjoyed the playthrough. I'd play it again. I felt like the multiplayer really should have been built way up. They have invested so much time and money into Grand Theft Auto 5, and I feel like if they would have done the same thing in Red Dead Redemption 2, it would have done superb. They had the Undead Nightmare mode from Red Dead 1 that they'd never implemented into Red Dead 2. That by itself, not being in the game, made me really disappointed.
So, yeah, Caleb said, Red Dead Redemption 2 was a game that I was, anticipating. I was super excited for. It was one of those, makes you feel like a kid again with the midnight release, and you're like, ooh, I can't wait to play this. And, I agree with you guys totally. What Sean said about the storytelling, I think they put a lot of effort and thought to, I saw this video 2 weeks ago about where if you come into contact with a bear and if you stare it in the face, this is an actual real thing in real life too. Apparently, if you stare a bear down, it has some type of intimidation factor, and it walks away. And if you do that in the game, go up to a bear and it starts charging you, it'll stop. And if you just stand there and do not move your controller, it'll turn around and walk away from you.
You're trying to get me killed.
Yeah, that's sketch, bro.
But as you guys were saying, I don't know. I think even Red Dead Redemption 1, the online was kind of fun in a way. You had that like little fort. I don't forget where it was, but you had a fort where you would go and like do the Gatling gun thing, and you and your buddies would get on. But now it's just like do a bounty, kill this guy, and get like $100, and then you can buy like a T-shirt. And then
or spend all your time trying to get money and just fish or go hunt. Just wait for the spawn to regenerate the cougar. I remember that was a big one. So
the multiplayer really lacks, but I think what makes up for it is the campaign or the story, the single player mode. And I'd have to agree with you guys. It's a great game. It's like you said, it's a beautiful game. I remember I would go over to Sean's house when I think like a week or so after he bought the game, he was like, "You got to come over to my house and check this out on my TV," because he has like a 4K TV, and it was insane. The river, the snow, footprints in the snow, everything. It was beautiful. So great. Yeah, I would say it's great.
That's great to hear. So, moving into, let's go ahead and just put it on the tier list here. So, Red Dead Redemption 2, great. Our next game, we're going to do 3 games today. Our next game is Dota 2.
I never played it.
Have you played Dota 2, Ryan?
I don't even know what it is. What is that?
It's like a MMO, I think, right?
Yeah. It's an
Sorry,
MMO.
guys. I know
Yeah,
Dota
we
is
haven't
a very
played it.
popular game. But,
It's extremely popular. Probably one of the top games of all time. So we just haven't played it though. Again, most of us are Xbox guys, recently getting at PC. So next one we have Fire Emblem.
No.
Okay.
I have not.
We haven't played Fire Emblem either. But this is the last one. We could do this one. So we are actually going to do 5 games today. Halo Reach. This one I can talk actually forever about. So,
all right, listen to me. Okay. Put it at Masterpiece. No one ask any questions. We can move on. Okay?
Okay, we got to say something about it.
Okay.
We got to...
I played that campaign so many times, and I played it exclusively on Legendary. Yeah, and then later on, I played it with Skulls on, and it's my favorite Halo game. And if I gotta like categorize them, I can categorize Halo 2 best multiplayer, Halo 3 best campaign, but Halo Reach best everything. The multiplayer was superb. The Forge mode had the best custom games I've ever experienced in Halo. All of my favorite custom games were from Halo Reach. The campaign was beautiful. All right, I'll shut up. But again, masterpiece in my eyes.
Okay.
Can I say one thing too?
Yeah, Ryan, you can say all the things.
Okay. Them adding customization, it was like beyond. I remember getting the skull mask, unlocking that with the electricity coming out when you were playing on multiplayer, and you felt like a badass. It was like
the
you said,
katana mask. Oh,
yeah, it was amazing. It's amazing.
It's a grind too. So in terms of Halo Reach, that was like one of the first games I got on 360. I got it late. I got 360 late. Dude, I played that game so much. The multiplayer, the campaign, the Forge World, all of those are so strong. The Forge World is the best Forge World out of all the Halos. The campaign is definitely one of the strongest. I recently played it, I'd say like a month ago, the Halo Reach campaign, and it holds up today. It's kind of cheesy sometimes, it kind of drags, but for a Halo campaign, man, Halo Reach definitely does it well. So I'm going to put Halo Piece at Masterpiece. Sean agrees.
I'm excited.
Ryan, do you agree Masterpiece?
Yeah, I agree, yes.
We have our first Masterpiece game. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, again, that's also controversial. A lot of people, that's not really their favorite. So, again, that's why this is the official list, and no one can ever refute it. So,
and let me say one more thing, too.
Go ahead. You can say multiple things if you want.
Okay. Halo, what is it? Master Chief Collection is on Game Pass. And
it
has
is.
all the Halo games. If you want to play Halo Reach to see why we think it's a masterpiece.
Hey,
do that.
That's a good call out. Moving into Game Pass. So as we wind down, again, thank you, Ryan, for hopping on. It was great pleasure having you for the second time. Hopefully it's not the last.
It won't.
I do want to say we do have a plug. We got to mention Game Pass Gauntlet. So Game Pass Gauntlet is our newer series that we have. Basically, me and Sean, we tackle all the different Game Pass games, and we say, is it a good game? Is it a bad game? Is it garbage? Is it a hidden gem? And we do all the work for you. So we download the game, play it for an hour, sometimes longer, and we tell you just the brass tacks. Is it worth downloading? And is it worth playing? So
should it be taking up space on your hard drive?
Exactly, yeah. And so the latest one we did was Grounded. It's a game that I was really interested in ever since it launched. I know Sean was really interested in it, and one of our acquaintances, one of Sean's friends, actually is like really grinding Grounded. So it was a really cool experience. So that's Game Pass Gauntlet. And PGC Tours. What's PGC Tours, Phoenix?
PGC Tours, where we fly around Microsoft Flight Sim's 1-to-1 ratio of the Earth, and we check out Earth's greatest landmark. So this Sunday, little teaser, we are going to the Canadian Rocky Mountains, and we'll be checking out a famous Canadian city while we're in the area. So make sure you check out the PGC official YouTube page to see that. Mm-hmm. But we're not done. I got one bonus topic for us today. So the Steam Deck is being released. I believe it's probably out now.
The Steam Deck.
Super excited to hear feedback about it and know if it's a good handheld device or not, because me personally, I've been wanting a handheld like device, and Xbox has kind of done that where you can like stream games on your phone. But you know, at this point, I think I'd really like to have the Steam Deck because it looks like a PSP. Like, oh wow, I just broke some. It's okay.
Right.
But the Steam Deck looks like a PSP but on crack, and there's not many games that it can't play. So I'm gonna wait for the reviews, and I have a couple of friends who were thinking about getting it, and I'll see if they're willing to do like a review for the channel or something. Yeah. But Steam Deck looks awesome. So.
Yeah, so as we're watching now, we're watching the Steam Deck. It looks a lot like a Nintendo Switch. I think they took a few hints from that. But yeah, again, this is the special topic, and we had to mention the Steam Deck. So I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to see more specs, more capabilities of what it can do. But just overall,
I think the touchpads are a really cool addition.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it adds like a mouse pad on steroids, right? So,
yeah.
What do you think, Ryan?
I think it's awesome. Like you said, it's kind of like a PSP on crack, to be honest. Yeah. Is what it looks like, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Who did you say is planning on buying it, Sean?
I don't know if you know Trennan.
Yep.
Melodic Triforce. He's going to be getting it. So.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
It'd be cool to see if he's can make a appearance on the channel.
Is there a price point on it?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's expensive. It's I know the initial one starts at like $399, and they get very expensive after that. So you just have to, again, it's depending on the memory size and all this other stuff, but it is really expensive, even more than
so
the Switch
64 gigabytes, $400, 256 gigabytes, which is probably what you'd want, is $530. And for the 500, for basically half a terabyte, it's $650.
Yeah, it's way expensive. So imagine this is like another console, basically.
Yeah, and well, you can also see the type of hard drive it gives you, because the 64 gigabyte is only an eMMC, but the 256 gigabyte is a SSD. So,
yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the one thing that's killing it for me is the price point. There's no way I can say
I can't afford that right
That's what I'm saying. I can't say $500 just for something that I can already play at home.
Yeah,
on my PC, you know. So
that is a really tough.
Tough call. But it definitely looks cool. I'll definitely wait till one of my rich friends get it, and then check
it out.
Yeah, check it out then. So Since we talked about our special topics, since we talked about our plugs, we can't forget about those. As we wind down, Phoenix, it's been great having you here. Sean, it's been great having you here. Which one word do you want to end on the podcast? What's one word you want to say to end on the podcast? Just one word.
Jackass.
That's pretty good. What about you, Ryan? One singular word. Any more is going to be unsuitable. And we're going to have to kick you. So.
Compound words are allowed.
Hey, Phoenix, that's it. You said your one word. You said your one word. One word. Plump. Nice. Okay. And
Nice.
My final word, again, it's only going to be one single word. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys.